Welcome to the My Risk Assessments mobile app. Here we can see the home screen. We can download our risk registers, which allows us access to all of the risks that are within that register. Think of a register like a document folder. It's you being able to download the document folder with all of the risks for that site, department, etc. View risk registers will allow us to view the registers once they've been downloaded, view the risks associated with that register, any PPE, and any risk assessments that have been held within that register. As we scroll down, we can download assessments. Download assessments will allow us direct access to the registers we've already downloaded, and we can come in and download them into our device. Okay, so if they've already been created for you and just need signing off, you can download the assessment and view it here. Moving down, we can view assessments. View assessments will allow us to view any which have been created and that we've downloaded. So if I click view, the ones there are the ones that have been downloaded to my device that I can go ahead and view now. And if I move down, I can also then create a brand new risk assessment. Okay, by creating a new assessment, it will take us through this process. It will choose which registers we want to create the assessment within. And that will choose all of our downloaded registers in this list. So you can see here, I've only got one register downloaded onto my device, so I can only choose from one register to create my assessment within. And then you can contact us using the contact details available on clicking this icon. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you from start to finish through the mobile app. From downloading your risk registers, I'm going to download a new register here called COVID-19 Management. Download the register. Now on downloading it, it will enable you to view the register straight away. If I click yes, this will take me through to the view registers function. And here I can see the register. I can see that I can get the assessments which are currently sitting within that register. I can see the risks associated with that register as well. If I return back to the register tab, I can also see that I've got update. Now update will allow me to update the register with any changes that have been made from my portal. So if, for example, a new risk was added to the system, I could click update register and that would bring through all of the information here. So as you can see, this will update all information associated with this register. Any changes that you have not yet synced will be overwritten, and information and assessments in this register will not be affected. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to now create a brand new assessment within this register. So by clicking on new assessment, it will allow me to put in the basic details of my assessment as in the portal. I can pop a valid to and a valid from date. So it's going to be valid for 2 days. A contact name and details, a telephone number, a location, and a description of the task or procedure. All of these details will display on the main screen of our risk assessment. So the description would be a description of the work, a description of the task, etc. So on completing the initial details of my risk assessment, I can click Create down in the bottom right here. And that will now allow us to come and select some risks to add to this risk assessment. Now here I can choose from my registers. So obviously I'm currently in the COVID-19 register. So I'm going to choose my COVID-19 risk. But if I also want to dip in and out of the other registers, at the top here you can see that I can choose from a different register. So if I go into Alistair's 2021 risk register, I can also choose the slips, trips and falls risk that he has in his register. On clicking save, this will have both of my risks and the control measures which have been added to them. So you can see here, my rating is not set for this risk. So I might want to edit this risk by clicking on the blue button here. That will allow me to edit any of the descriptions, the who is harmed, and allow me to customize my risk to suit the task that I'm completing. If I move down, I can add an image at any time to my risks. That may be if for any reason one of your risks is associated with a piece of equipment and you want to be able to add an image of the piece of equipment so you know what the risk is associated to. Once I'm happy that I've got all of the details for my risk, I can then move on. Now there's 2 ways of navigating through our app. You can use the buttons at the bottom here, so you can see my next one says PPE, or I can simply scroll across. At this point, I can choose from my central list of PPE that's been created, and that will bring it into my risk assessment. Once I'm happy with my PPE, I can move on to sections. Sections, now this will feed in again to the system, the ones that have been created in your desktop portal. And on clicking select sections, I can choose from the ones already created. Again, you can make these very visual to be able to have that effect. On clicking save, that then brings the section through and any images associated to it. Now, as part of a new update, you can also now add images or documentation to each of your sections. So I could have a section called Associated Documents and add any images into this section, which would then embed and display on the risk assessment. Now, once I'm happy with the risk sections I've added, I can then go to the sign-off stage, okay? Now, on clicking Add Signature, this will allow me to come in and add a digital signature to my risk assessment. Once I've signed my risk assessment, I can click Save, and I can click Save again to finish my risk assessment. Now, on clicking Save here, that will then create that risk assessment, and straight away, that assessment would also then appear in the portal. So if any of my account admins needed to now gain access to this risk assessment, they could do so straight away. But you can see here when viewing this assessment, I have 3 dotted lines up in the top right here. On clicking this allows me to do a number of things. Edit assessment very simply allows me to open that assessment back out so I can edit any details associated with it or change anything. Sync assessment will sync anything that's been changed on the app or on the portal and sync it with my mobile app. Update assessment will allow me to, there you go, you can see that it will update it on your device. So this will update all information in this assessment and overwrite any changes that have not yet been synced. On clicking OK, that would update my assessment. I've also got share assessment, which will allow me to share a PDF copy of this risk assessment to any email address I can think of. So if I'm on a site, I'm creating a risk assessment and I now need to share a PDF copy of this risk assessment with my site manager, I can click share assessment and type their email address in here. That would send them a direct email with a link to download the PDF copy of this risk assessment. And then finally, I also have the ability to remove the assessment from the device. So just to recap on the mobile app, on clicking on the left 3 lines, we can see our home screen. We can go back to our home page, which provides the icons available to us. We can download our risk registers, which will allow us to be able to view our risks associated with that register. Viewing our registers will allow us to view the registers which have been downloaded. Download assessments will allow us to download any risk assessments associated with those registers. The key with downloading assessments is we can then view and sign off these risk assessments without a mobile signal. So if for any reason you're without a mobile signal or a Wi-Fi connection, as long as I've downloaded my assessments, I can still gain access to them and still edit and sign my risk assessments on site. View assessments very simply will allow me to view any that I've created on the mobile app. And new assessment will allow me to create a brand new assessment. Now under settings here, we have some key options. Download data will enable us to download any new data which we know is on the portal that might not yet be on our mobile app. If anything's changed, your account admins will need to let you know, or best practice says to update this once a month, download the data from your mobile portal so you have that data available on your app. Reset data allows us to wipe this mobile app and start again. If we're unsure as to whether something has updated, we can reset the data on our mobile app. Finally, we have sign out, which allows us to log out of the mobile app. And as you can see there, we can clear all of the stored data. And finally, you can contact us on the contact details provided. So that's it. If you need any further help with the mobile app, you can contact your account admin, you can use the My Advisor module on the My Compliance Management portal, or you can contact your My Compliance Management dedicated customer support manager. Thanks for watching.